Is this the glitter of pro wrestling?
No, it wasn't nearly as entertaining.
King of Chaos, Logan Black here, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Explained. To my wife. Hello, wife.
Hello, husband.
Today, man, I really am working super hard to make this young lady absolutely despise me. We're going back to the mid-90s and we're checking out Mantaur. When I say that, what comes to mind?
Absolutely nothing, honestly.
As it shouldn't. There are certain things in wrestling that, people try to make work, and it just couldn't happen. Some things that were kind of doo-doo, and people turned it into, brilliance. And then there are things that just make you sit back and go, who the hell was paid to think this up? That's what this is. We're going to check that out right now. Let's go to it.
This looks like a very high-rent production.
Oh, this is WWF.
I know, I'm just saying. It looks like...
It legit...
It's an interesting venue for WWF. I mean, there's a lot interesting going on, I'm just saying. I noticed the venue first.
So I want to make the comment that there's a reason why they're running in what appears to be like a rec center or a fucking large high school gym.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the reason why?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that,
He can't get in the ring! He can't get in the ring! Come on! Listen. For every Stone Cold Steve Austin, for every Rock, you get a Mantaur in there.
Indeed. Did you mug someone in Times Square for the costume?
It's funny. I don't think there's anybody watching this that doesn't live in New York. They're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's an excellent joke.
Thank you.
We take this giant thing off, and it's just a regular guy.
Oh, I really wish he was actually wrestling in it.
Well,
that would make this much better.
Oh my god.
I can tell it's already going to be bad.
I really wish there was more that I could sit here and say, but, it was a short-lived gimmick, but, I remember watching this as a kid and just immediately tuning out. I loved wrestling. Literally, anything wrestling, I was just obsessed with. And I watched this and I was like, what is WCW doing right now?
It's not WCW, though. So what were they doing? I don't know what they were doing at the time.
I'll tell you what they were doing. Hogan was fighting against the Dungeon of Doom, which is something else we're going to watch as well. Yo. You thought the Boneyard match was ridiculous? Nope, ain't got nothing on the Dungeon of Doom. Alright, so yes, this big fella is Mantaur.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got a beautiful belly-to-belly suplex, but then he's got to pose like he's actually a half-man, half-bull.
I mean, gotta love the gimmick.
Oh my god. I'm really trying to just, in my head, think, what were they think? What was going on in their head? What were they thinking? At the time, there were a lot of really bad gimmicks. You had T.L. Hopper, he was a wrestling plumber. You had the Goon, who was a hockey player.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot of these weird gimmicks, but, at least you could imagine a hockey player, might want to wrestle. And this will probably be the finish right here. Yeah, maybe a hockey player who got tired of fighting there. A plumber. Okay, Dusty Rhodes was the son of a plumber. There's no wrestling bulls.
Well, right, but, I mean, you also always say, there's a guy who came back from the dead, or whatever. It's half of the concept of the gimmick, and it's half the execution of the gimmick, or perhaps different percentages, but I have a feeling that if it wasn't someone went to Joann Fabrics and got the fuzzy fabric to sew into a leotard for this guy with the, pulled off of someone's dad's hunting cabin wall head to go on the entrance gear, it probably, the right person could have done something with that.
I am going to say that you're 1,000% wrong, and there's nobody in the universe that was going to make Mantaur work. Nobody.
Challenge accepted.
Well, that was a lot to take in. What
yes
do you...
and no.
I'm trying to get the just go for it. Try and justify this to me, because if I can't justify it, I don't know how you can.
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying it wasn't a lot to take in. There wasn't really a lot happening. It was just dumb.
Yeah. I think that is the best way to put it. It really was. It was just really dumb. And, like, I made the point. The arenas were super small. They were not drawing well. Everything was on, like, a slump. I guess you throw things at a wall and see what sticks, but, like, man. Who thought this was going to stick? I don't know.
What was the one with the ding-dongs?
Right, so here's the thing. Vince McMahon is widely credited with, like, taking wrestling out of, like, you know, the smoky bingo halls and all that, and making it, like, a worldwide phenomenon that it is. Which, you know, he certainly deserves the credit for. Jim Herd, who thought of the ding-dongs, managed Pizza Huts. So it makes sense that that guy would not be able to think of the same great ideas that, you know, wrestling lineage Vince McMahon, you know, who, you know, turned wrestling into a billion-dollar company, can think of.
Right, but I mean, Mariah Carey, generally a very musically talented person, she still made glitter. We all got some mulligans in there.
Oh man, this is this the glitter of pro wrestling?
No, it wasn't nearly as entertaining.
I was gonna say it's like, well, this actually might not be the worst thing that I show you for this show.
It's not even the worst thing you have shown me already, dear.
I would hate to know what that is, because then we're gonna have to watch it here. So I'm guessing no more for Mantaur?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, there really isn't that much more anyway. A couple squash matches, he wrestles Razor Ramon, and that's it. That's going to be it for this episode of Pro Wrestling Explained. To my wife, you can check me out on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at King of Chaos NYC, and check out the Year One Wrestling Podcast. Check out its social media at @1pod. You're on the Year One Podcast YouTube account right now. Hit subscribe, and then subscribe to it wherever you get your podcasts. And for you, dear?
You can find me on Instagram at Banana Lunch, and I'm also currently trying out Twitter again for the first time in about 5 years, where you can find me at BenchBro Esquire.
I love that name. Well, for the missus and I, love each other, love yourselves, love pro wrestling.